I did feel pretty sad. I barely can pull myself together. Hey everyone, long time no see. I also couldn't believe it. I'm coming from you at... I'm looking at my dinner right now. This was not the plan on how or where I want to film this video, but your girl gotta eat. We're just gonna chat here and have dinner. Let me catch you up on why I kind of disappear from the long form videos and where my head's been since this whole jobless times, I guess. Let me have some food first so I have more energy to tell you. No matter where I go in the Bay Area, even eating dinner at a public place by myself, people walking by are still talking about jobs or who got hired where and how much they make. Alright, as you can see, I moved to another location. I finished the dinner and now it's almost sunset. Okay, I wrote everything in a journal. Recently, a lot has happened in my life. I'm definitely learning a lot more about myself. It's been 4 months since I left my corporate job. I had great plans to van life across at least the western side of the US. I imagine myself taking my dog and we would go to all these secluded places and have a blast. I plan to grow on YouTube. That's what I imagine myself would do. What really happened is I stay around home, at least within like 4-hour drive radius from home. And I usually go to paid campsites because that's how I will feel more secure. Recently, I did branch out a bit. I've been kind of doing wild camping and stealth camping. I'm still, in Chinese, we'll say 壮胆儿, 就是 my courage is too little. I'm not brave enough. So little by little, I am getting more comfortable with wild camping or stealth camping. I've been feeling lonely recently. The lack of progress from pursuing social media has been really dragging me down. When I used to work for corporate, I can see progress pretty fast. Usually in the matter of a week or a few days. My team, myself, the people I work with will make progress and we have goals and we will accomplish together. This is different. Being alone, working on something by yourself, it's quite different. Also, lately there's been some issues with my investment property. I've got a lot of questions wondering where money comes from for me to live this lifestyle, and that comes from my investment properties. I'm not rich or anything. I have a couple I wouldn't say very cheap, but considering all the other investment property that my friends buy, they will be considered pretty cheap. And they're in Texas. One of them is vacant right now. It's in Austin. It's been vacant for, as of today, is 20 days or 23 days. This property, since I bought it 6 years ago, it's never been vacant for this long. So it's something new. I'm trying to adapt and learn. The Austin real estate market definitely took a high in the pandemic and now is doing its correction, I would say. There's too much of a hype back in the pandemic when everybody can work from home. A lot of people thought about let's move to Austin, and a lot of people invest in Austin. So now the market is correcting itself. Over amount of supply and not enough demand from tenants. I've been lowering the rent for my house for at least $100 a month and it's still not rented yet. There are some interest. There is one person right now. We received their applicant and we hope it will work out. If it all checks out, this tenant will move in November 1st, which means my property will be empty for 2 months with absolutely no income. I haven't really experienced this for a long time. Maybe the last time I've experienced some unsuccessful, I wouldn't say unsuccessful, but basically not earning as much money about investment property was 2014, 2013, and that was because the tenant I chose was really bad. But ever since then, it's been 10 years. It's been smooth sailing for me in the investment property front. So now there is a hiccup. Hard to take it, to be honest, in the beginning. And now I'm slowly to tell myself that it's okay. It will get rented. It's just about price. I just have to be competitive, more competitive about the rent that I put out there. Eventually, it will get rented out. But it is adding the stress to my jobless life. Continue on from what I wrote in the journal. I keep the rest in my notes because my therapy gave me a homework last week. Read the comparison article. The title is Comparing Our Insides to Other People's Outside. This article was published in 2017 by Jennifer Grigg, PhD. The reason why my therapist is recommending me to read this article about comparison is because, like I kind of hinted earlier when I was eating lunch, I'm living Bay Area. It's very costly to live here, and everybody, probably because of how much it costs, are focused on getting more money into the family, into their pockets. So everybody around me usually talk about money in some aspect, whether they got a new job or looking for a new job or doing some side hustles or doing multiple side hustles. I mean, it is great for them, but it's wouldn't say it doesn't impact me. Surrounding people, my friends, what they're doing does impact me, and I have to admit it. And I also admit that there is definitely comparison going on, even though I don't want to compare, but I guess as humans, this is one of our natural social skills. We do compare. That's how we know where we are in society and what we should do to change if there's anything that needs to be changed. That's what I'm exploring. Is my comparison needed? Is it healthy? Let me kind of read you this article. The author Jennifer Craig wrote, no matter how many experiences I have in my life, I always seem to forget that everybody is struggling. Logically, I know, after almost 20 years of working as a therapist, that even the most put together person has days where they're churning and burning like the rest of us. But that doesn't stop me from making the same false assumption about other people pulling it off better than I am, over and over again. That's kind of also another reason why I'm making this video, because from my previous 10 or so YOLO life series, you would probably imagine that I'm this girl who is financially free and just lived the best life ever. But I have my struggles too. Let's go back to the comparison article. Comparing upward and downward. Studies show that I'm not the only one falling this trap. So-called upward social comparison is when you compare your life to others whose lives appear better, calmer, or easier than yours. This is contrast to downward social comparison, which is comparing your life to someone really down on their luck. Upward social comparison is sometimes really useful. It can give us information about what we want to be doing more and serve it as a motivator. Like when you notice that your friend Joe is getting great at the gym and going more frequently, you kind of want to be more like him. As we've all experienced, however, there can be downside to upward social comparison. Think about the last time you check out your favorite social media outlet. Social media and social comparison. Not only this article, but also I've been listening to an episode on Huberman Lab. There's a study done of how social media have increased the suicide rate and the depression rate. I'm not going to quote on these because I didn't research it enough, but that's what I remember from the podcast. There is an increasing concern about the impact of social media on our moods. Social media posts often make everybody's life more attractive than it is. When we look at these idealized posts and experience upward social comparison, the result is big surprise. Our own life seems not so great. That doesn't mean we need to throw out all the social media, although there are some people who find that the best option for them. Studies also show that not everyone viewing other people's extra fun looking life on social media experience an increase in depression. Rather, increased depression seems to be related to a number of factors, such as how many strangers the person is following and whether they're socially comparing while using social media. I've noticed this thing too. So recently I started using screen time on my iPhone. It's definitely not an ad, and definitely Apple will, yeah, I wish Apple would come to me for an ad. But I started using screen time feature. If you use an iPhone, you might want to try it too. Basically, you can set the limit of which duration of the day you cannot use the phone. For me, I think something around 11 p.m. to 10 a.m. every day is my downtime. So my phone will give me like a warning like 10 minutes before my downtime begins and tell me to get ready for it. And then I'm not allowed to use most of the apps on my phone. There is very little apps that I allow myself to use. I have to manually set it, such as Sleep Cycle or Headspace, which I use to help me monitor and regulate my sleep. I found it actually very useful. I've been using this downtime screen time feature for 3 days now. I do sleep earlier. And also, I have limit myself to use the social media app for 2 hours a day. I usually come to the app limit around 9 or 10 p.m. And that does help me to reduce my usage of social media. You might want to try that too. If you want to see if you get happier by not using so much social media content consumption. Anyway, back to the article. I'm not going to read all the article to you, but basically I've kind of summarized it already. The article suggests allow yourself to let go of whatever you can let go, your judgment of your career, income, or lifestyle. Focus on the things you can actually change, your productivity, your sense of accomplishment, how you help people, and the way you connect with your family, friends, and colleagues. I feel that even if I let go of my judgment of my lifestyle currently being the only one in real life I know that is not working in their 30s, even if I let that go, my income is $15 a month recently on YouTube, and that's all of my income. My career, I feel lost. I don't know what I want to do in the future about my career, whether I should go back to tech, whether I should go try out the vet technician thing I always wanted to do. Should I help my mom with her insurance business? Should I get my loan agent license back and just do loan and real estate agent? So I don't know how to not think about these while I don't have the answer. Say that I do give up all of the above uncertainty and focus on my productivity and sense of accomplishment. I can control my productivity. I've been putting out one short form of video per day for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Accomplishment? No, I haven't really seen much accomplishment. Whether it is my audience base or view count or income, it hasn't really changed. So I don't know where the sense of accomplishment can come from. I feel defeated recently. I even feel useless, to be honest. Last week, when things were really bad about my rental property, and actually my house had some issue too. The water was leaking. We don't know where it's coming from. We don't know how big of an issue it is. And then the plumber had to cut open a piece of wall to figure out the leak is from inside the wall. And he fixed the water leak, but the stucco, the outside of the house is completely exposed, and we have mice problem. There is a lot, and I couldn't find anyone to help me repair the wall for the longest time. When all of those things come all together to me, I did feel pretty sad. I barely can pull myself together to make the short form contents. These are the raw, truthful feeling of how I felt living this jobless life right now. However, if you ask me, and a lot of people do ask, like, do I regret my decision in quitting my job? And that's something I ask myself quite often too. And that is no, I don't regret that. I know I had to try this lifestyle. I know it was like a seed planted deeply in my heart. I gotta try it. I need to try it to know if I like it or not. There is a YouTube video that suggested to me recently, and this guy said Jeff Bezos before he created Amazon, he had a good stable job. While Jeff Bezos was debating if he wants to give that up and create Amazon, he asked himself the regret question. Like, if I'm 80 years old, looking back to my 30-year-old, would I regret it if I didn't take this leap of faith and try this? Would I regret it if I just keep working for corporate and find another job, or just keep working for TikTok? The answer is every time, yes, I regret it. So I would regret it if I haven't quit my job and tried this. I'm just those kind of people who can't settle, and I don't know what's coming in the future. But right now, I'm actually feeling pretty positive. I'm going on a trip soon. I will be back mid-October. So I'm probably going to put out this video between now, it's the end of September to mid-October, if the audio turn out well. And I look super bare face. But oh well. This content is about unfiltered truth. And I hope this content brought you some insights or visibility into how it felt to quit a job and go chase your dream. And it might not always be successful. I still wouldn't say I will never be successful in social media. I'll still keep trying. And on top of that, I might try something else. There are lots of things already going on in my mind, and I guess more to come. Future is still unwritten. Thank you guys for being here. I really truly appreciate every single view, comment, likes. If you want to support me on my journey, please share with a friend, join my membership, and give me a like and comment. Thank you so much. You have a good day. Bye bye. See you next time. I guess I didn't plan enough time to film today's topic, but I still plan to film here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be using this content, especially the lighting is not the best. There's background noise, but that's yeah, I still want to say what I want to say. No, the lighting is actually very beautiful here in the evening.